What's up?
Oh, whoa.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome
to the CanesInSight Daily Podcast, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Kind of like our first couple drives there on defense against Louisville.
False start right there.
False start. The energy's not there. The juice is not there.
Wow,
we're covering. We're going to go 0-1. We are 0-1.
We're 0-1
We're
right
going
now.
to go 1-0 the rest of the show, starting from this point.
Kudos to you. It took Jeff Brom totally out coaching us for you to pronounce Louisville properly.
Well, listen, I know you got a lot of stuff on your chest. Your chest is heavy.
I wanted to do a show on Thursday, and I was ready to go. And then I lost my voice at Turnstile on Saturday night, which was, if you read the reviews in the Miami New Times at 3 points, a moment in time for the South Florida rock scene. Lost my voice there. So you had it on Sunday. So I've been percolating. I've had to eat it on the national show with the Levitard show because that's a role. But I'd like to get into the weeds a little bit on what happened there, because this is really my only opportunity to get into X's and O's there before we're on to Stanford and trying to go 1-0. But your false start there has us at 1st and 15, and this is not a good running down.
Behind the sticks.
We're gonna do a 2-yard run up the A gap, and the third pass is gonna get picked off.
Pete, hop in. Is that a new mic, by the way? The one you get the black and yellow?
We had a purple cover on it previously, so it's same mic.
Popping though with the yellow.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah. Oh my God, the chat's already going about JoJo. All right, can I do the JoJo thing real quick?
Oh, you want to do one?
I want just real quick, because
added.
Every show I've been telling you how tired I am of the JoJo discussion.
Pete, national reporter, tired of JoJo.
I'm tired of the JoJo thing, and Lamar Jackson knows what he's doing. That's a troll job by Lamar Jackson, and an effective one. Like, that guy beat us twice. His team beat us, and then he beats us in the postgame because we're all fighting. And Omar Kelly. Here's my problem with Omar Kelly's tweet, which said, like, it took a shot at the media about not finding out what's going on with Jojo Trader. Do you guys watch these press conferences? I know I do. I'm sick. Many of you do. If you're watching this show, you're a sicko like us. Top 3 player asked about since this season started is Jojo Trader. The coaches are constantly asked about Jojo Trader. The whole notion that the media is not doing its job around Jojo Trader is such a fallacy, and it's ignorant, quite honestly. You're dumb, or you're just not paying attention. One or the other.
I would never call our viewers.
Like, I'm not calling him names, but like, you're either not paying attention or you are, and you think it's not enough Jojo Trader questions. Like, what has he done to command being asked about? This is quantifiable. Asked about top 3 on the roster. He was good in high school, had a good spring. I get it. As good as
Iowa State touchdown.
As good as that spring was, that's how non-existent the fall was. All right. Guy was a non-factor in fall camp.
Injury played a role.
I understand. But that's also, like, these are not secrets. These are openly discussed. All you have to do is run a Google. If you want to know why Jojo Trader isn't playing, it's because, he's still developing. He dealt with an injury. He's slow to get back. The team needs to trust him more. It's the same issue that anybody who ever struggles with playing time has ever run into. Guys need to develop both on the field and off the field to a point that the team can trust them with snaps. It's the same thing that's happening with Ray. It's the same thing that's happening with Nightcar. They don't have the publicists, apparently, that Jojo Trader does. But please stop with this narrative. You're asking about wide receiver 4 right now at a time where I understand he's got a skill set that can help. No doubt. I would love to see Jojo develop into the player that he teased us with in spring camp and in the Pop-Tart Bowl. No doubt. I would love to see it. He's not there yet, folks.
By the way, did you guys notice that video? Did you see that video where Lamar Jackson was like going to buy like junk food in the middle of the night, or like some kind of like Taco Bell or something, like looked quite blazed? Did you guys see that video?
No.
Check out that video. I think Lamar Jackson, when he got injured, he basically turned into a CanesInSight live chat member. The guy's blazing, going to grab food in the middle of the night. He's making tweets about Jojo Trader. He's basically like Ghost of Von Donaldson at quarterback for the Ravens. But go ahead.
And one last thing on this JoJo thing, like, I understand people have had their opinions. You can talk about position coaches and the productivity associated with those coaches and their groups. If you want to go at Kevin Beard for not playing JoJo, what do you do with Malachi Tony immediately making an impact on this team? When he was 17 years old, he earned the trust of the staff and showed you why you watching at home that probably weren't familiar with his high school game or what he didn't practice, exactly why he should be out on the field. CJ Daniels, even though he was dealing with an injury last year, wasn't doing this for LSU. So you could maybe hold JoJo against him. You could maybe hold Nikar against him. But I see a now 18-year-old and a guy that was written off and decided not to write back, delivering great number 1 and number 2 wide receiver numbers here. Someone needs to step up. Someone needs to ascend. Someone needs to develop. You can't just take the bad and ignore the good.
Consistent trend, my friend. We talk about it all the time. The guys that you don't have to worry about or ask questions about how they're going to approach things, how they're going to do everything and be consistent, take care of their bodies, everything else, they're the ones that play. If you want to know why people play, look at all the other stuff. CJ Daniels got surgery, and there was not a soul that said, I wonder how CJ Daniels is going to attack rehab. I wonder if CJ Daniels is going to lose focus being outside. That's not even a consideration with that kind of player. God forbid that Malachi Tony has to miss any time.
I don't ever want to think about that day.
But if he did, he is working like a man. Not saying JoJo didn't, because JoJo was injured.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I think the injury stalled his momentum that had been building from spring and from summer. So it wasn't a situation where like he got injured because of something he wasn't supposed to be doing. He got injured playing football. I was there when he got injured. And I haven't even heard that he didn't work in rehab or anything like that. If that's the case, I have not heard that. So I don't want to get that misconstrued.
No. Like, we know how long it took for him to get back. Like, I know if I was also there when he got injured. Like, if I suffered that injury, I'd probably still be on crutches. Like, yeah, these guys work hard to get back on the field. But to your point, he missed valuable fall camp time. And the rigidity of that too. It's not just getting reps with your quarterback. It's the routine of being there around your teammates, absorbing the playbook. Like, all that stuff matters. Honestly, if you want to have this discourse around Josh Moore, I understand it, because Josh Moore was really good in fall camp and showed development. And at the USF game, he showed where he can help this team. I get that. To me, that is a more realistic conversation, and that is in good faith. But what's happening with JoJo is just, this is a totally social media created thing that is like super divisive amongst the fan base. It's not even rooted in truth. Josh Moore is rooted in truth, right? Can we quickly dissect what's going on with Josh Moore? And I know, Pete, you've been on the social media investigation. Josh Moore is acting like a young wide receiver. Can you imagine a young wide receiver acting like a young wide receiver that wants playing time? Can you believe it?
I got distracted for a second. I saw this Nico Jones tweet about Gary drinking wine with Mark Duper at Fritanga Taco Nica. And then I come back to you and you're saying, what is Josh Moore is grounded in truth?
More grounded in truth than the JoJo thing. That's it. We can at least have that debate.
Oh, I didn't see all the lead up to it. So I heard was a standalone Josh. I thought I was at a revival.
Here's what I can say. Here's what I can say about Josh Moore that I can't actually say about Jojo Trader. Josh Moore developed throughout fall camp, showed he can be a player, was available. Jojo Trader was dealing with an injury, which is why he couldn't display those things that I'm outlining right now with Josh Moore. And unlike Jojo Trader, Josh Moore on the field in a big game against a good USF team showed you exactly where his skill set can help this team. Like, if we're going to apply this type of energy to a wide receiver discussion, it shouldn't be Jojo Trader, who is yet to earn that from you guys. It should be Josh Moore. Like, there's a debate to be had there.
Brandon's saying, can we talk about the loss now? I don't know if we have enough content for the annual, what am I saying? The daily Jojo Trader hit on the YouTube channel.
I just contributed to this toxic dialogue by leading the show with it, but that's me closing the book on it. All right, folks.
We'll get a crossfire with you and Uncle Luke and someone else, and we'll talk JoJo, but the loss,
okay,
right? Which he played one snap in. By the way, real quick, actually, you know what? I can't let go of JoJo. Here's what I'll say. I think
Pete, you okay?
I'm fine. I'm enjoying.
Pete does this every
discourse.
day.
Yeah,
Pete does this every day.
I'll bounce it to you for Josh Moore.
I think there is a world. We play Stanford this week. You got to go 1-0. Stanford struggles against the pass. You know, we played Louisville. We played Louisville. You go down 14-0. It's kind of a crazy game. I mean, we lost. There was a lot of things that you could play more players if it is a different kind of game. Let's say
we're chasing that game.
You're going down 14-0 to Louisville. That changes things a lot. So that was not necessarily the type of game where a Jojo Trader who hasn't been able to get going gets going. I thought it might be going into it, but it wasn't with the way it played out.
Okay.
You're going against Stanford, one of the worst pass defenses in the country. The inventors of the white corner.
You say they don't recruit good corners, and you're right, because they recruited Richard Sherman as a wide receiver.
Right. Well, they had, what's the guy on the Dolphins? The white corner doesn't play.
White corner that Tyreek says
Ethan
is faster.
Bonner. He's a Stanford guy. But anyways, their pass defense is subpar. You could see us, and it's 30-point spread. If Miami is on their way to going 1-0, doing the things necessary to go 1-0 this week, I could see a world where Jojo Trader gets loose.
Yeah.
And then all of our conversation changes immediately. And maybe somebody who, yeah, they had a setback with the injury and you would have hoped to see that they make an impact earlier. But they get some wind behind their back and they're rolling and things are going well and the good feelings continue. I could see it playing out that way. It could also play out the same way it's played out every week and barely plays, and we get a clickbait video about
it doesn't necessarily have to play out that way just for JoJo, which apparently has the entire fan base's energy. It could play that way out for Johnson, Moore, and Upshaw, which honestly demand the same amount for a team that is looking for a viable third option, for a fan base that is looking for it too. Like, I don't understand why all the energy is so focused on JoJo. To me, the more interesting conversation is these other wide receivers who at practice and oftentimes in games I have seen, well, not oftentimes in games, but with the opportunities that they've had, Pete, they've actually made plays. Like Upshaw, Tony Johnson, Josh Moore. Like, I've been at practices where they've been very impressive. Well, I don't understand the disconnect.
I mean, look, the only thing I'll add to this is we also have to understand it's when they're not getting the ball, right? Like it's what are they doing? How are they blocking? And JoJo, I mean, I don't want to say JoJo can't block because we've seen him do it before. We saw him have a highlight block against Notre Dame. But we as fans sometimes look at the highlights and we really, I think, micro analyze. Like, we are now microanalyzing the one play that he played, trying to see, hey, did he run his route correctly? Was he running hard? Like what was he doing there? Was he lined up correctly? Was it Carson Beck's fault? You see, like, we're asking all these questions based on one play that he was in. So we don't have all the information, but I will say that we have to also know that even when these receivers aren't getting the ball, they're being judged. So what are you doing when you're not getting the ball? Right.
But while we're microanalyzing how he blocks on a play, we're not giving the same amount of attention to two impressive touchdown catches from Josh Moore, which I'm saying, like, look, I'm here for, like, this guy should be playing more discourse when it looks like the offense could clearly use a wide receiver 3. I just don't think it's good faith to have that with JoJo. Anyways, like, we'll go on to the loss here.
K-Max saying that I created the JoJo hype. So I'll say this. I said this on the show earlier today. There's spring practice, there's summer workouts, and then there is August camp. And then, of course, the season with the games. That's the order of how these things go. In spring, I promise you, the guys that were making plays most consistently on the practice field and looking the most athletic, making the most plays, were Jojo Trader and Elijah Lofton. You were to ask anybody at those practices, they tell you the same thing, because that's what was happening. If you ask the coaches, hey, these two guys, number 1, number 9, are going to be key parts of our offense moving forward, because they are guys that can make plays with the ball, get open, do a lot of things versatility-wise. That was the thought coming out of spring. Summer, continue to do the right things. You heard good progress. Both of those guys, I think, suffered injuries, and the bounce back from the injuries has not been as good as you want. Loss of timing with Beck, whatever it was. Remember, Beck was not the quarterback in spring.
No, which is another reason why you shouldn't really put so much stock into it.
Spring, a lot of times it pans out. Sometimes it doesn't. I think this is a scenario.
Amon was good with it when he said evidence in Njoku at one of the greatest camps you've ever seen.
We trust me. I was out there driving that train. But then when you get to like August, which is like right before the season, and I'm going to use a soccer term because I like this one. Form. The guys that are in form in August are usually the guys that are making plays in September.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't believe me, chat, listen to any show that was recorded in August and tell me the first 2 words that we talk about every show, Malachi Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Anajar Levine, then Malachi Tony, every single show.
Yeah, you don't get credit for that. I get it. Look, you're in the content game. What are you supposed to do? Not share like this guy's flashing in practice when it's actually so. I get it. I just think that it's a bad faith discourse and a lot of fans, because either they're amplifying something that they read on a message board, or they have this impression, or look, that was an exciting play that he had in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. And people are familiar with what he did in high school. They want to see this guy. I get it. But guys, there are certain things here that you just are not informed on. And to criticize the media for not doing their